And this is sort of what we're gonna tie. Welcome, the Oregon Fly Fishing Blog. We're using these UV Magnum dragon tails. Wow. And this is a tan, and this is a large one, and I have put some black Sharpie marks on it to add this. So we're going to tie this fly. I'm not going to use the giant length. I'm going to shorten it, and I'm going to use some foam and some chocolate's body filler, and this is going to make an amazing surface, soaky, attractive fly for pike and bass and Lord knows what. Okay, so I'm going to use a Danville's 210 flat waxed mono. It's not, boy, I'm having a tough time. It's not mono. It is, what is it? It's something. Flat waxed thread, 210 denier. I'm using blue, could use white, could use red, who knows. So I've got myself one of these cool UV dragon tails. I want to make it about this long. So I could go in there and pull it apart. Don't have to. This is made kind of like chenille. It's a woven core. And of course the trick is, I don't want to just tie down the core. I got this back over the barb of the hook, and I'm actually going to wind back over the material. Okay, so the point is, you wrap the core down and then you wrap back onto the material so it's really tight. It cannot possibly come untangled. Well, I'm feeling good about this fly already. And you get a little bit of super glue on there. Now, got a piece of foam, got a piece of black foam, and I'm going to taper it ever so slightly at this end. You don't have to, but you can. Makes it a little bit easier to tie in. And then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to hold it over the hook, and I'm going to bend it slightly. And I'll turn over there, no pressure at all. Another turn. It's just barely bending, no pressure. And now I'm going to cinch down. And why do I do that? Because I don't want to cut the foam with my thread. So I want to make sure, yeah, everything's looking good. Everything is looking very good. So let's get some of our chocolates. Filler flash comes in many colors. I'm going to use a nice, what color is this? Brown. I was going to say chocolate brown, but it really should be named something like rattlesnake brown or copperhead brown, just to enhance the sail's appeal. But what do I know? Don't have to wrap this real close, thread wraps together. Why? Just adds more weight to the fly. It's not needed. Not at all. So we go about up that far, because we're going to add, now let's get that secured nicely. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. We're going to add an EP brush. Now, let's face it, I don't remember if this is a, oh boy. You know, I'm getting old. I can't remember all these things. It's a great brush. It's got some brown in it and some olive and a little hint of orange. And frankly, I don't remember. I don't think it's a Foxy brush, but it could be. It could be a Senyo's brush. It could be an EP Foxy brush. But the point is, it's got kind of a cool complementary color. You could use an olive, you could use a, wow, you could use a yellow. You could even use a white or a black. Now I only took 2 turns there. This is a piece of wire. So I'm gonna put another 2 turns behind the wire. Hey man. So come on in. Come on around behind the... So I got my brush on there. And what this does, sometimes people tie these flies and they'll do it all in the back. But I wanted to lengthen this fly. Now, here comes the fun part. Got this piece of foam right on top of the hook, and I'm going like this because I didn't quite have it on top of the hook, but I do now. And I'm going to bend it forward, and I'm going to preen the brush back. I'm going to secure this just the way I did in the rear. So, first turn, no pressure. Second turn, no pressure. But this time I'm just going to kind of, and I'm kind of tentatively pulling this down. And it folds around a little bit, and that's okay. I could use a thinner strip, but I want this to have some broadness to it. Now, here comes one of the fun parts. You get some super glue here. Now, you don't have to do this, but it's kind of fun. Well, actually, let me go back in. This is the crucial part of this fly, and without doing this, your fly is just not going to be as effective. So you absolutely have to do this. How's that? So I got some super glue on there, and I'm going to bend it back like that. And I'm going to tie this in again. Cinch it down. So I had some, what did I have? I had a loop in my thread. Didn't look real good. So I'm going to bend this up, and I'm going to pinch it so that super glue. Now if I didn't get enough super glue in there, those pieces won't exactly adhere to each other. And that also is not the end of the world. It's kind of like them too. See what this foam lip, now I'm going to take a few wraps under here. You notice I usually don't complete most of my sentences. That's because, I can only keep track of so much at one time. Hope you get the idea. A few straight hairs there. So, the idea now, see, I'm not going to finish my sentence. Let's trim across the back here. And now, let's make it look really cool. Let's cut a V in this. And this is really hard to film, but I'm just cutting a V in the back here. And I think it was Bob Baberka I saw doing that. It just makes it look really cool. I've done it kind of crudely here, and I can see a couple pieces of something hanging out here. But let's take care of that. In case we have any concerns, which I don't, super glue is our friend. So what we got here is a surface riding fly for what? Bass, pike. If I were going to do musky, I'd do it full length, or maybe for pike too. See, this fly is just a little bit smaller profile. I'll bet you a big old brown trout would take that too, or a bull trout. Who knows? Anyway, B10S size 1/0 hook. We'll list all the materials, and I hope you have fun tying this and mostly getting out and fishing. Thank you.